20 feet from my bed to my bathroom is extremely painful.
7 years I've been in and out the hospital constantly for my illnesses and just depression.
Guys, this is Ashley, and her opening statement hits hard. There is not a day that goes by without pain. Just standing to walk a mere 20 feet to her bathroom is an excruciating ordeal. She is terrified of falling through her own bathtub. This isn't just about weight anymore, folks. She has this thing hanging off of her massive apron belly, so heavy it threatens to physically break her back. Her world has shrunk to agony, a suffocating existence where even basic hygiene is a monumental struggle.
Divorce. My mom took my siblings and I with her, but she was never around because of her drug addiction. So we spent a lot of time with babysitters. And when I was 6, my babysitter's husband started molesting me.
Ashley's childhood was a battlefield, parents divorcing at 5, a mother lost to drug addiction, and then, at 6, the unimaginable, molestation by her babysitter's husband. She speaks of sacrificing herself to protect her younger siblings, carrying that horrific secret alone. No child should ever have to bear such a burden. Food became her silent confidant, her only means of survival in a world that had failed her so profoundly. This is the origin of her comfort eating, the deep wound that food was desperately trying to patch.
I hate people staring at me.
Yeah, what are we gonna get to eat?
Jacob knows if I'm upset, he needs to get me something to eat quickly.
Ashley is deeply, tragically dependent on food for comfort, especially when upset. Her husband Jacob knows this, and his response is to get her fast food quickly. He is actively feeding the monster that is destroying her life. He pulls into the drive-thru, orders 20 chicken tenders and rolls, knowing it is her escape. This is not supporting her, it is participating in her self-destruction. Food, she says, is like sex. It makes her feel good, and she can't stop once she starts.
With life without constantly eating. Now that she's over 700 pounds, she's not very functional on her own.
Dr. Now confronts Ashley head-on, 725 pounds at only 27 years old. He instantly diagnoses her husband Jacob as an enabler, stating he is overweight himself and making poor choices. Dr. Now's words are a punch to the gut. You're not gonna make it much beyond 30. This is not a suggestion, it's a death sentence if she doesn't change. He lays down a non-negotiable plan, a 1,200-calorie diet with a target of 50 pounds lost in 1 month. It is do or die.
All right, man, let me get a ultimate bacon cheeseburger. Make it a large. You want the salad or you just want the chicken plain?
Ashley and Jacob are moving, a stressful event that immediately pushes them back to old habits. Fast food. She's trying to find something healthy, but Jacob is still ordering hamburgers, seemingly without a second thought. The tone deafness is insane. Ashley admits she wished for more of his support, but ultimately, she knows it is her willpower that truly counts. It is a moment of painful clarity, realizing that the comfort food provides is deeply ingrained, and replacing it is the hardest part. This is addiction at its most brutal.
Right now, I'm taking Ashley to emergency surgery. Talking to her husband, it seems like she's been dealing with a lot of anxiety now that her eating habit is limited.
Guys, this is an unprecedented life or death moment. Ashley is rushed into emergency surgery for a perforated ulcer, a direct consequence of her body breaking down. Dr. Now suspects she has been abusing pain medication to cope with her escalating anxiety. Now that food is no longer an option, her stomach is literally spilling gastric fluid into her abdominal cavity. Her physical crisis forces her to face the brutal truth that her self-destructive coping mechanisms are killing her. This is a brutal, definitive turning point.
It was a long recovery in the hospital, but I'm able to walk some with a walker right now. So Dr. Nazardin discharged and is sending me to see a therapist. I'm a little nervous.
This is it, the emotional breakthrough. Ashley bravely finally sits down with a therapist, ready to confront the unspeakable. She reveals the core trauma, the molestation at 6, the burden of protecting her siblings. Her therapist recognizes the immense weight she has carried, the sacrifice, and the resulting flood of emotions once food is no longer a coping mechanism. Ashley admits food almost killed her, and it is no longer her comfort. This is a raw, visceral healing beginning. It is painful, necessary, and the first step towards building a new, healthy emotional foundation.
Been making good progress, and I'm excited to see if I hit my goal of losing 225 pounds.
And just look at her now. After a year of incredible highs and devastating lows, Ashley achieves a monumental victory. She steps on the scale, and the number is 470 pounds. She has lost a phenomenal 255 pounds. Dr. Now is beaming with pride, recognizing her hard work. This is not just a number, people. It's proof of her unwavering spirit. The family dynamic has also shifted. Jacob and her mom are now actively incorporating healthy eating into their lives.
and told him that I'm going with him and Jake on the fishing trip this time. And it was so wonderful to see him light up with excitement.
What a transformation! Ashley is living a brand new life, vibrant and engaged. She surprises Patrick by joining him and Jacob on a fishing trip, doing things she never imagined possible. Seeing her son light up with joy, knowing she is actively participating in his life, is everything. She talks about going to aquariums and zoos with him. Finally, she is existing and fully embracing life. She is a big part of her family now, giving back instead of being cared for. She declares she will never do anything to lose this precious gift again. What an inspiring story of resilience and willpower.
Because of my size, I don't do much of anything. I don't move much. Basically, my day is in the bed, stuck.
People, meet Tara. She is trapped in a colossal body that dictates her every breath, her every agonizing move. She confesses her daily routine involves little more than staying in bed, stuck. Just look at her, recoiling from her own reflection. She is disgusted, despising the massive apron belly that hangs off her. She even states with pain and disgust that if she could cut it off right now, she would. No hesitation. This is self-loathing so profound it screams from the screen. This is a person at their absolute lowest, suffocating under the weight of her own physical prison.
When I was 26, I was raped, and I got pregnant from the rape. And I had a miscarriage. I was heavy, but afterwards, I kept getting heavier.
Tara's story is heartbreaking. In fact, it's a giant web woven with trauma. At 26, she endured a horrific rape, followed by a miscarriage. That, folks, is a double blow that shatters the soul. She sought refuge in food, believing that if she made herself unattractive, no man would ever want to touch her again. Food became her shield, her twisted form of protection from a world that had betrayed her so brutally.
I'm helping her to stay like she is because it's hard to serve her and tell her that's all you can have.
And here we are, staring at the face of enabling. Tara's mother, Paula, openly admits she helps her stay the way she is, struggling to deny her daughter food. She frames it as a mother's love, asking, how can you tell a child, no, you can't have this food? But this isn't love, people. It's a dangerous codependency, actively contributing to Tara's demise. Meanwhile, Tara's own children are being raised by their grandmother because Tara cannot move. This toxic dynamic is a clear antagonist, a proof of unintentional sabotage that makes true change seem impossible.
You need to cut your eating habit, and I think probably we should have a little visit with your mom and make sure she's going to support you.
Enter Dr. Now, the one-man truth squad. He does not pull any punches. He immediately points out the obvious. You do not get to be 600 pounds by eating properly. Tara's casual admission of multiple meals and incessant snacking reveals the depth of her denial. Dr. Now estimates she is consuming at least 6,000 calories a day. He then turns to her mother, pulling her into the confrontation, making it clear that her enabling is a critical part of the problem. He delivers the stark ultimatum: lose 20 pounds in a month or face a life expectancy of just 5 more years. The reality check is brutal.
The numbers weren't what I wanted it to be.
Hello, how y'all doing? How's your diet and everything coming along?
I'm sticking to my diet. I'm doing what I'm supposed to.
Tara is post-surgery, claiming she is diligently sticking to her diet, doing everything right. Yet, when Dr. Now reveals her weight loss is a mere 5 pounds in a month, she is shocked. She tells him she used to gain 20 pounds in a month, but Dr. Now sees right through it, calling her out for not being truthful. This is a classic stumble, where the patient's mind has not yet caught up with the physical changes, clinging to old narratives. The surgery is a tool, not a magic wand, and Tara's current pace is a danger signal.
Well, tell me the truth. How many times you eating? How much you eating?
I eat breakfast and then I eat supper.
Tara is overeating and she's not being truthful about it.
Dr. Now delivers his stern warning. If she does not make progress, he can do no more. And then, the dam breaks. The truth hits Tara like a physical blow. She crumples, sobbing, proclaiming she is trying, damn it. You hear the raw pain in her voice, the agony of feeling misunderstood and unseen in her struggle. The weight of her denial, combined with the immense pressure, finally becomes too much to bear. This emotional collapse is a painful but necessary step towards breaking free from her self-deception.
Today, come on.
Yes.
I want to ask you, before we get started, where the heck have you been?
This is the moment of much-needed advice, delivered not by Dr. Now, but by her trainer. The trainer confronts Tara about her missed sessions, her excuses, telling her, "You matter." It is a powerful moment as Tara, through tears, finally acknowledges that she has never put herself first. Her trainer insists that she has to be willing to show her true self, raw and vulnerable. This interaction cuts through her self-protective lies, forcing her to confront the emotional baggage that fueled her addiction. It is a vital step towards dismantling dismantling the belief that she is unworthy of care.
Much weight I've lost. This time, I know I've made progress. These past couple of months, I've really pushed myself to the limit.
People, this is what progress looks like. After relentless hard work and a difficult emotional breakthrough, Tara stands before Doctor. Now, she's been consistently active, even walking through department stores without her scooter. Doctor now acknowledges her progress, his face reflecting a cautious approval. He then delivers the incredible news. She is approved for skin removal surgery. The excitement is a joyous explosion of relief and disbelief. This is beyond just a surgical approval. It is an earned reward for her commitment to herself and her children.
I have a world of possibilities. I just can't wait to start living my life. The wings are in the oven. You're gonna do the broccoli. Now, dinner time is not what my mama is gonna make. It's what we're all gonna do together. Not long ago, I was wheeling into the kitchen.
Tara is a new woman, not just physically lighter, but radiating a newfound joy. She is in the kitchen, cooking healthy meals with her children, a stark contrast to her previous bedridden existence. She is helping her son get ready for school, cherishing every precious moment. This is what it means to reclaim your life. She acknowledges the 600-pound person she once was, but now sees a world of possibilities. This is not just a hopeful beginning. It is a full-blown resurrection, a proof of how far resilience and the impact of finally putting yourself first can go.
I'm a prisoner of my own body. My weight is killing me. It's hard. Moving around is hard with this weight hanging over my knees. That's why I don't go out. I don't leave the house.
Guys, this is Olivia speaking from the depths of despair, describing herself as stuck in bed, barely moving, her weight literally anchoring her. Look at this, folks. She admits she does not even leave the house. The lymphedema on her leg is a massive, immovable anchor, making every breath a battle, every potential step a source of agony. She cannot even navigate a single flight of stairs. This is absolute despair, a life wasted in isolation, a chilling existence where the very thought of the outside world is terrifying.
She depends on us for food or taking her to the doctor, helping her with the oxygen.
I might want to grab you a cup, Mother.
I was afraid for her to be by herself. You want me to continue with the doctor, see if I can get a hold of him?
Now, let's talk about the web of codependency that has Olivia trapped in her basement prison. Her family, particularly her twin sister Olga, is her sole connection to the outside world, bringing her food, helping with oxygen, and acting as her lifeline. But this is not love, people. This is unintentional sabotage. Olivia is a burden, and while she resents it, her family's constant enabling reinforces her immobility. They are caught in a vicious cycle where their help prevents her from developing any independence and literally feeds her addiction out of misguided care and fear for her well-being.
Putting on weight in elementary school. A lot of it had to do with bullying and molestation. I was molested at 8. I kept that secret until I was 40.
Olivia reveals that her weight gain began in elementary school, a direct consequence of bullying and, horrifyingly, molestation at 8 years old. She kept this secret for decades, burying the trauma under layers of food. Food became her tried and true way to avoid people, to feel invisible and safe from further harm. Her overeating stems from deep and unaddressed childhood trauma manifesting as a life-threatening addiction. The weight became a physical barrier against a world that had let her down so young.
Me being sick, living here, being alone, and trying to commit suicide. I never felt so alone.
This is where the raw truth hits. Olivia confesses to trying to commit suicide 2 years prior, a desperate cry from a soul consumed by loneliness and depression. She explicitly states that food is what makes her happy, her ultimate comfort, even when she is full and knows she should stop. She compares her addiction to alcoholism, recognizing the cycle of secret eating and self-loathing. This is not just an eating disorder. It is a profound emotional struggle for survival, a desperate attempt to numb an unbearable pain, a terrifying realization that her coping mechanism is killing her.
There we go. See? One more. See the slip on. How high is that last step? Right there. Right there. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I do fear for her life. I just want her to get better. You got this.
The struggle begins intensely and openly. Olga tries to coax Olivia up the basement stairs, a monumental task that symbolizes her entire journey. Olivia is panting, crying, claiming she can't lift her leg, her frustration boiling over. She is terrified, literally screaming that she can't climb, but Olga refuses to let her succumb to self-pity, pushing her with love. It is a grueling, agonizing step battle against her own body and ingrained defeatism. This moment is a declaration of her desperate desire not to die, to finally reclaim her life.
Continue eating? What do you think is driving you to do that?
I would say a lot of it had to do just depression, the life I was living. I was in a very stressful home.
Olivia weighs in at a shocking 604 pounds, a terrifying increase from her previous surgery. Dr. Now immediately cuts through her excuses about depression and stress. He does not mince words, asking what a third surgery will achieve if the underlying emotional issues remain. He sets the stage for change, explaining that a smaller stomach won't stop constant eating. He will admit her to the hospital for 48 hours to assess her readiness, a crucial test to see if she can control her eating and prove her commitment.
You haven't lost any weight. So what do you think causing that?
I'm still doing my same diet. I'm eating very little.
Olivia is back, claiming she is eating very little and sticking to her diet. But Dr. Now's scale reveals no weight loss. His patience is worn thin. He tells her point blank that her caloric intake is supporting a 350-pound person, not her current weight. He dismisses her feelings, saying it does not matter what she feels because the scale reflects reality. He reminds her of her previous hospital stay's success, challenging her to replicate it. He demands 50 pounds off in 1 month or no skin removal. The ultimatum is clear.
Oh man, if I could jump, I could. I would. I lost the 50 he wanted. This is so incredible. I can't even remember when I was in the 200.
Yes.
And then, the triumphant breakthrough. Olivia steps on the scale, hopeful yet nervous. The result? She has lost the 50 pounds, doctor. Now demanded a stunning achievement. She is ecstatic, almost unable to contain her joy. She can't remember being in the 200s for the longest time. Dr. Now is genuinely pleased, and he confirms her success and approves her for the long-awaited skin removal surgery. A powerful moment of validation, recognizing her incredible effort. She even realizes she is now 5 pounds lighter than her twin, a lifelong dream fulfilled.
Oh my God, it's been so long. This has been one long, hard journey, but at the end, it feels wonderful.
Look at Olivia now, guys. What an unbelievable transformation. She is a completely new woman, radiant and full of life. She proudly shows off her new figure, a stark contrast to her former self, exclaiming she is living proof that it can happen. She has regained her independence, taken driver's education, and can shop for clothes in a regular store for the first time in years. Her family, especially her twin, Olga, is overflowing with pride and joy. This is not just a success story. It is a beautiful testament to the human spirit's capacity for change.
That things just keep getting worse for me because of my size. And I'm so tired of it and all the pain. I don't want to live this way because I hate this body. It's just too big to be normal. And it keeps me from being able to do a lot.
People, this is Shiana, a human tragedy unfolding before our eyes. At just 22 years old, she is trapped, utterly consumed by her own massive body, professing pure hatred for what she has become. She describes her life as a constant battle against pain, unable to stand or walk for more than mere minutes. Look at her struggling to wash her own skin folds, admitting it is almost too hard, yet necessary to prevent infection. Her legs, she declares, are no longer human. Her life is a slow-motion collapse, a prison built on shame and a crushing sense of helplessness.
A lot of it was because my dad had a drug problem, but I didn't know it then. As a kid, all I knew was that he was either screaming at me, calling me names.
Now, let's rewind to the gut-wrenching origin of this devastation. Shiana's childhood was a battlefield, scarred by a verbally and physically abusive father with a raging drug problem. He constantly berated her about her weight, making her feel utterly unwanted. Summers spent with him only intensified the abuse. Leaving her with bruises, she fabricated stories to explain. She carried this monstrous secret, terrified he would harm them all. Food became her silent companion, a desperate attempt to numb the relentless pain and the profound sense of being utterly alone in her suffering.
What it really does for me, because it's like it takes me to this whole other place. Eating to me is my safe haven. It just makes me happy.
Dericus, supposedly a helper, arrives with her daily fix. 4 burritos and 6 hash browns. He admits he feels helpless, but consistently gives her whatever she wants because he is afraid of her getting angry. Shiana herself confesses that food is her ultimate comfort, her safe haven that makes her happy no matter what. She describes entering a trance while eating, not snapping out of it until everything is gone, then immediately craving more. This is a toxic dynamic where both Dericus and Shiana are actively feeding the beast that's devouring her life.
All right, Shiana, look like you're at 6:59 today, huh?
Yeah.
And you only 22, huh?
Shiana weighs a shocking 659 pounds at only 22 years old. Dr. Now brushes her vague excuses aside, pinpointing food as her comfort for hunger, boredom, and depression. He lays down the law, a strict 1,200-calorie diet, 3 meals a day, no snacks. He demands an 80-pound weight loss in 2 months, emphasizing she needs to move to Houston with support. He addresses her severe lymphedema, stating it is fixable only only with weight loss. He also expresses immediate concern about her lack of motivation.
And he'll tell me I can do his program. And I talked to my mom about Derek is coming with me, and she said she'd keep paying him to take care of me.
And just like that, the first failure hits. 1 month in, Shiana admits she lost Dr. Now's diet papers and was too scared to call him for replacements. Meanwhile, Derekus, her helper, is bringing her potatoes and corn, clearly not adhering to any strict dietary guidelines. She confesses her fear of Dr. Now's anger, worried it will derail her entire journey. This is pure procrastination, a profound lack of personal responsibility. She is clinging to excuses, allowing fear to paralyze her, rather than taking the proactive steps necessary to save her own life. This is a sign that things might not go very smoothly for Shiana and Dr. Now.
Ask for it.
I was afraid you'd be mad at me.
No, I wouldn't get mad at you then, but I get mad at you now for doing nothing.
Dr. Now unleashes the nuclear option. Shiana has lost only 1 pound since her last weigh-in, and she admits she lost the diet papers again and did not call. Dr. Now is furious, calling her lazy, questioning if she wants to eat herself to death. He dismantles her excuses, stating the papers are a tool, not a reason for inaction. He calculates she is eating 7,000 to 8,000 calories daily. He tells her she is living in a cocoon, refusing to see the gravity of her situation, relying on others to make changes. He issues a final order: lose 80 pounds in 2 months or he cannot help her.
Would you move down here?
Yeah.
So are you living down here now?
Yes, sir.
So where are you living now?
I'm looking for a place. There's a couple of options.
Shiana has moved to Houston alone in a hotel and manages to lose 35 pounds. This is a partial victory, demonstrating she can lose weight when isolated and forced to focus. Dr. Now acknowledges the effort but highlights it is far from sufficient for 8 months of work. He offers a lifeline, 2 more months to lose 80 pounds and begin therapy. This is a Hail Mary. It's a last chance, a desperate throw of the dice by a doctor who sees potential, but is running out of options.
Physically sometimes.
So let's talk about the mental part. He made fun of you, he said mean
Because my weight.
things.
He made fun of my weight a lot.
So your dad gave you a hard time about that?
The therapy session, a moment of deep discomfort for Shiana, is a window into her self-protective mechanisms. She reluctantly rehashes her childhood trauma, the verbal and physical abuse from her father. The therapist gently probes her belief that she deserved the abuse, touching a raw nerve. Shiana abruptly shuts down, stating she does not want to talk about it anymore. This is an emotional withdrawal and a desperate attempt to avoid the pain masked as defiance. Immediately after, she confesses she wants to eat an enormous pizza.
I'm just in shock and I don't know what. I know I haven't been doing a perfect job, but I don't know how I did worse than last time. I don't know what this means, but I'm scared Dr. Now is going to tell me I'm done.
And just like that, the program ends not with a bang, but a whimper. Shiana steps on the scale, and the number is 661 pounds, putting her total weight 2 pounds higher than when she started. Dr. Now is beyond exasperated. He points out she's gaining faster, questions her honesty about therapy, and spells out her dire situation. 23 years old, BMI almost 100, alone, depressed, anxious. He formally removes her from the program until she loses 50 pounds on her own, a wasted opportunity to save a life teetering on the edge.